Hey guys, this is Cam and this is the beginner's guide to driving Touge. In this video we're going to cover 4 important areas which everyone should know. And it's basically about how to find your Touge driving road, how to choose the right sort of car for driving Touge, tips for setting up your car, and also some really super important information that you need for Touge driving. So Touge driving, the meaning of it means mountain pass. If you look up on YouTube, Touge, you'll probably find Touge racing. This video is not racing, this is the Touge driving. Racing on public roads is, sort of dangerous and all that sort of stuff. So this is a Touge driving, which describes the style of driving, which is mountain pass. It's also known as, depending on what country you're in, it's called canyon driving or mountain driving, or in the professional racing or driving series is tarmac rally. And I'm a tarmac rally event official at the Australian Tarmac Rally. I drive sort of like the pace car, which is the 2 litre car. And in that we do Touge style of driving, but we close the roads and it's a proper motorsport national event where we're able to do this legally, where we close the road and it's actually a motorsport competition. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, but the reason I've made this video is that I get a lot of questions from subscribers basically saying the tarmac rally is really cool, but where do they sort of start? What's a good starting point? So I thought we'd put this video together where we can show you how you can do the Touge style of driving, what sort of car that you might like to buy, what you need to do, what are the really hot tips to make it safe and enjoyable, and let's just get straight into it. So the best way to find your Touge style of road, your local road, is basically open up Google Maps, and Google Maps will show you where the twisty sort of roads are. Now you can't just search for twisty roads or great driving roads, but the sort of road that you want to drive and really get used to so you can practice on a lot will be a very twisty, windy road that's very smooth. Now when I say smooth, I mean it doesn't have a lot of potholes or bumps in the road, and we definitely don't want roads that are full of houses, so stay away from residential roads. And what you want is a bit of a free-flowing road, so a road that's got essentially, it's fun to drive, but also it's not dangerous. Having roads with potholes and that sort of stuff, especially when you're learning to drive Touge, can be quite dangerous. And also if you've got racing rims or driving style of wheels, speed, so potholes can be really dangerous for you, so stay away from them. Also you want to keep away from residential streets. Obviously if you've got a lot of houses on the street, you want to stay away from there because it's going to have kids and all that sort of stuff, and it's going to be quite dangerous. So you want to find a road that's not too far away. You don't want to drive 3 or 4 hours just to get to this piece of road. Usually within an hour or so is quite reasonable, and you basically want to keep driving that road so you get good at it. Please excuse me, I'm driving one of my favourite stretches of road, which is through Marysville up to Lake Mountain. This is one of the roads we actually drive on at the Australian Tarmac Rally, but I'm obviously not driving at a great pace of speed, as I need to concentrate on what I'm saying and also concentrate on the driving as well. So please forgive me if there's spaces and stuff. So let's talk about the sort of car that you might want to buy for doing Touge sort of driving. So the most powerful cars are generally the ones you stay away from, but you think, look, isn't something like a Nissan GTR that's got, you know, twin turbos and everything else, surely that's going to be faster than a Mazda MX-5 or Miata. You don't want to have the most powerful car, especially if you're just learning Touge. You want to have something that's good with power, but not overpower. So you want to emphasize on handling and also emphasize on weight. So you don't want a big bulky car, so sort of stay away from the big tall SUVs and the big cars that are super heavy. What you want to do is find a car that's relatively light and nimble, and also you want to really look for a car that's got good pedigree for doing this light, agile driving. So it's all about grip and weight, and having not too much weight. So the sort of cars that you should be sort of thinking about if you're going to do this sort of driving. So looking at the Mazda MX-5 or the Miata, it's called in other countries. Great little car, front engine and rear wheel drive. Also another sort of car is the Subaru BRZ, front engine, rear wheel drive. And then also thinking about all-wheel drive cars, Golf R, RS3 and WRX are also good all-wheel drive cars, well known for being nimble. And then you've got your front-wheel drive cars such as your Golf, GTIs, your Polos, and also you know, your Clios, Mirage, Civic, that sort of stuff. So they're all really good cars and very agile and lightweight. So thinking about the setup of the car, you really want to be focusing in on the tyres, making sure you've got a good brand of tyre. You haven't bought the cheapest one you can get, but also the tyres are reputable, like stick to like Pirelli or some of the well-known tyre brands, Michelin, Pilot Sport series, all very good and capable tyres. I find that if you have bought a very, very cheap tyre, it will not be good for Touge and it will be quite unsafe. Also look at your suspension as well. Certainly worthwhile spending a little bit of money getting proper suspension set up, getting coilover suspension. You don't need to get the most expensive, but I find a basic coilover package is a lot better than what came out of the factory. So, and also brakes, my goodness, it doesn't hurt to have better brakes. I find it gives me a little bit more confidence doing this sort of Touge driving, having bigger brakes. I'm not a big fan of jumping on the anchors on every corner. I try to make it smooth. There's some potholes. Yeah, I try not to go too heavy on the brakes. I try to keep it smooth and flowing. But certainly, if you do need the brakes, it's really handy to know that you've got them. You've got that confidence that you can just quickly jump on the anchors. So the fourth thing is super important, is drive to your limits. I cannot say this enough. It's a must thing to do. Certainly what I've seen is that if you're driving on your road and you find that if someone comes up behind you and they're faster than you, just drop the attitude, don't get upset with them, don't feel that you're going to keep up with them, just pull over and let them go, right? When crashes and things occur when we're driving Touge, I find that it's a lot of attitude based, where they try and keep up with the people in front, or try and get they try and show off to their friends, or they try and drive beyond their driving limits. So it's just always better to Stay within your driving limits and don't let peer pressure seep in and think, I need to keep up with these guys. Always drive within your comfort limits. So guys, when you're driving your favourite Touge road, respect the public. If these people live on this road or they live around the area, you don't want to piss them off and then they end up, you know, calling the police, and then suddenly it becomes heavily patrolled area of the road with police and all that sort of stuff. You really want to make sure that you don't piss off those sorts of people. So if you're driving a Touge road and you find that you come across a member of the public that's driving a lot slower, don't be an idiot, don't flash your lights or anything like that. Just be patient. If they don't pull over, then just do a U-in, just go back the way you came. All right? There's no point in getting annoyed and getting frustrated with that sort of stuff. The other thing is that if you see a car that's had a bit of a crash on a corner or something like that, don't be that guy that just drives past. Always stop and lend a hand. Make sure that everyone's, first of all, okay. And if the car's sticking out of the road and it's obstructing the road, if you can push it to the side, do so if it's safe. And if you're traveling up with a group of people and you come across someone that's had a bit of a crash, always make sure that you get one of your friends to position their car maybe a couple of corners before and after the accident, and put your hazards on. So that warns other people either driving the road as Touge or members of the public, so they don't cause another accident. So it's always a good thing. And guys, just remember, when you find your great bit of road that you really enjoy driving, you'll probably find other car enthusiasts and other people that are in Touge have also found that similar piece of road. And it's a good way to sort of build up your car community, and you end up chatting to them and talking about what other roads they've driven on and what mods they've done to their car and that sort of stuff. So it can be a very good social outlet and to also have quite a bit of fun. So the road we're driving on right now is the road to Lake Mountain, one of my favourite bits of road, and this is one of the roads that we actually drive on the Australian Tarmac Rally, but we closed the roads, so it's all safe, and the Tarmac Rally's got their own safety and medical and all those sorts of things to deal with any situation that might arise. But yeah, fantastic bit of road. The best way to get good at Touge driving is hours in the seat, which is spending more time in your driver's seat driving the favourite roads that you like, because hours behind the wheel equates to experience and it also equates to skill. And it's something that you've got to keep up as well. If you stop doing it for a year or so, it's a skill that you actually lose. So you want to keep practicing and keep driving with in your limit, and you'll find that your skill and your limit will slowly creep up, but don't push it too far. I've seen lots of crashes happen that way. So yeah, hours in the seat, can't emphasize that enough. And if you're driving in a group of friends, make sure that you don't feel pressured trying to keep up with them, especially at the different skill level. They might be more experienced than you. Just drop down to the back and just relax and take it easy. If you lose them, you know where you're going to the end. There's no problems there. But you've got to keep driving in your driving skill. Guys, I really hope that you've enjoyed the Beginner's Guide to Touge Driving. It was a lot of fun to make. Make sure that you subscribe, because then I can get my Lamborghini from your subscriptions. It doesn't cost you a cent, and we can make really cool, amazing more car videos like the one you've just seen. Make sure that you click on a link up here. It'll be one of the cool videos that we've made on the YouTube channel on Drive with Cam. And then there will be another video down here that's pointing you to another sort of cool YouTube video. Well, until then, Safe driving. Ciao for now.